Hey there, I'm Brittany Schroeder, and business and marketing are my jam. I'm here to walk you step by step through this crazy thing we call business. I'm a small town girl, chocolate eating, Diet Coke drinking mom, marketing guru, automation Jedi, and all around good time. This is your weekly dose of all things business and life, sprinkled with some fun. This is the Redefine Business Podcast. Welcome to another episode of Redefine Business Podcast. I'm excited because spring is here. It's starting to get warmer, and I'm so excited for warmer weather. For me, this is go time because I have a few more months before school is out. Once summer hits, it's really hard. It's really hard for me to stay locked in and focused because I want to hang out with my daughter and just soak it all in. So this is go time. I'm excited. And with that being said, if you are in the same boat as me, remember to register for my online business summit, Fusion Collective. It's May 6th through the 8th. It's brittanyschroeder.com/fusion to sign up, and I will put that in the show notes. So make sure that you go and grab that ticket. It's free. There's 30 amazing experts that are going to be speaking and educating, and it's just going to be so amazing. So let's jump into today's episode. I get excited about this topic and I geek out a little bit because I am a math nerd. I'm very analytical, so I love this type of stuff. But a lot of people are intimidated by it. That's analytics. So we are going to be discussing the analytics you actually need to know in your business. So a lot of times just hearing that word might make you cringe and your palms get sweaty and you start to breathe a little faster. But here's the truth. If you're running a business, especially in the online space, ignoring your numbers, it's like driving cross country without GPS. You might get there eventually, but you're going to waste a lot of time, money, and sanity in the process. So whether you're running a startup, you're growing a service-based business, or a booming e-commerce, knowing the right data is what separates the hustlers from the high performers. So let's break down the analytics you actually need to keep your eye on. Without boring you to sleep or requiring a math degree, I'm going to try to break it down as easy as possible. So the first one, number one, is your sales analytics. Money talks, right? So let's not sugarcoat it. Revenue is the lifeblood of your business. So if you're not making sales, you've got what I like to call a jobby. It's like a hobby, not a business. You need to look at those numbers. So what should you track? Monthly recurring revenue, MRR. This is especially important for memberships and subscription-based offers. You want to see, where is your money coming? Are you making money? This is something every month that I go and I track it, and I like to compare it. So I actually write it down. I have a planner that is actually asked. I write in every month what my revenue was to kind of track it. So this is important. Do you know how much money you're making every month? Some people don't. And this is really important. You want to make sure that you know what you are bringing in. So another thing is revenue per product or service. Which offers are pulling their weight? Which offers are making money and which offers are not really doing anything for you? The next one is customers' lifetime value, or CLTV. How much dough does one customer bring in over time? Are your customers buying over and over? That's important to watch. It's important to know. So then conversion rate. What percentage of your leads are turning into your customers? So here's a little pro tip. Set up a dashboard, even if it's Google Sheets or Airtable, to track your weekly and monthly revenue. If the numbers start looking sad, it's time to audit your offer or your marketing, or both. I love this. I use Kajabi that's how I take money. It's like my cart, but it also has my online products. So I love that it breaks it down for me and it will tell me what products or offers are making money, what percentage. So I love that it does that for me. But if you don't have something that has a dashboard like that, you can do it yourself and just kind of track it in like a doc, a Google Doc or Airtable. Okay. Number two, website analytics. This is so important to watch this. So your website is basically your 24/7 sales team. But if nobody's showing up or staying long enough to hear what you're offering or to hear your pitch, then you've got some problems, right? Your website, it's your storefront, right? So what are things to track? You want to track your traffic sources. Where are your visitors coming from? Are they coming from social media? Are they coming from email? Are they coming from search engines? Where is your traffic coming? The next one is bounce rate. So a bounce rate is how fast it takes people to leave your website. That kind of sounds confusing. So people come to your website. Are they leaving really quick, or are they staying around and kind of scrolling? So you want to see that. If people are leaving right away, then that's a red flag and you need to change some stuff on your website. Okay, the next one is time on your site. Are they hanging out? Are they scrolling? Are they looking, or are they ghosting you? Are they coming to the website and then they're like, see ya? So this is something you want to look at. And then the next thing is top performing pages. Which content or offers are getting the most love? You can do this by going to Google Analytics. There's Monster Insights, or even just a lot of basic websites have a built-in analytics that you can look and see where your traffic's coming from. You can use Google Analytics and Google Console. Both are free. You have to set up your website for that. But I can go to these analytics and I can see like, hey, I'm getting a lot of traffic on this blog post that I posted. And that helps me to know what kind of content people are seeing and to continue to create that content so people will come and visit my site. So those are the analytics that you want to look for and pay attention to. Okay, the next one is your email marketing analytics. So your email list is more than a group of people who forgot they signed up for your freebie. It's one of your most valuable business assets. You know this if you've been following me for a while. I'm always talking about your email list. It's so important. So what are things to track? So the first one is open rate. Are people even reading your stuff? Are they opening your emails? The next one is click-through rate, or your CTR. Are they taking action? So your CTR will be every email should have a call to action. And it can be listen to my podcast or read my blog or purchase the product, but you always want to have a call to action, right? So you can look at that analytic and see, are people clicking on my call to action? So the next one is unsubscribes. Every breakup hurts, but if it's happening too often, you might be the problem. You might be the bad egg there. So maybe you're just not creating good content. Maybe your email list isn't, like your ideal audience, whatever it may be. But we want to look at unsubscribes. It's normal to have a fair amount of unsubscribes, but if it is like a ton every time, then there's something that's not right. And then the last one is your conversion rate. How many subscribers are becoming buyers? How many of those people are purchasing from you? So if you have a bunch of people that aren't like buying your products or, clicking on your call to action, they might not be your ideal clients. So here's some benchmarks to kind of know with email marketing. So the average open rates, it hovers, depending on your industry, around 30 to 35%. That means people are actually opening your emails. Your CTR, that should be around 2.5%. So people who are actually clicking on your call to action. If you're way under that, it's time to spice things up with better subject lines and more compelling offers. So you want to look at those and tweak. Okay, the next one is your social media analytics. Vanity versus value. Follower count is really nice, but unless those followers are turning into leads or sales, you're basically just popular at a party that you're not profiting from, right? And we don't want that. So what are things to track? So engagement rate, likes, comments, shares equals connection. So we want to look at those. So again, if people aren't commenting, they're not engaging on your post, then you got to reevaluate your strategy. The next one is reach and impressions. How many eyeballs are you getting? How many people are seeing your content? If it's a low number, then something has got to change, right? Then click-throughs. Are they taking action from your posts or reels? Are they clicking on your profile? Are they commenting? We want to look at this and see, are they actually following through? Are they interested in you? Or are you just fun to follow on social media? And then the next one is your follower growth rate. Not just how many, but how fast you're growing, right? This is important. and it ebbs and flows. I have to be honest. I'm completely transparent as always, but I have been a little disenchanted with social media lately, especially Instagram. And I haven't been spending as much time on there, partly because I'm disenchanted, partly because I've just been busy with other projects. But I've noticed a decrease in all my analytics. So I'm not getting a return on it because I'm not spending time and I'm not being intentional. So just something to note that you get what you put into stuff. So obviously, if I need to put more into it if I want to get more from it, right? Okay. Then the next one is ad performance, paid traffic, real results, right? So running ads on Facebook, Instagram, Google, or even TikTok, don't just throw money into the internet void and hope that it works, then hope for the best, right? There's things you want to track. And I've seen this a lot of times, and I'm always telling people to be like leery of this, is if you're going to do, especially Facebook ads, that's probably the one that I invest in the most. Hire somebody who knows what they're doing. There's been so many times where I've had clients and I will look at their ads and I can tell that whoever set up their ads, or maybe they did it on their own, they didn't know what they're doing. But if you know and understand analytics and know how to read the numbers, then you can see what's working and what's not. Don't just throw money at stuff and hope that it sticks or trust that somebody knows what they're doing. So the main thing that you want to look at is your CPL, or cost per lead. Are you paying $2 or $20 per email? So this is what I always look at. Like when I run ads, and I don't do it super often, usually when I'm launching something, but if I am getting somebody who is clicking out something that I'm offering and they're signing up, I want it to be, it depends on what it is. But if I'm trying to get people to sign up, I'm happy with anywhere from $2 to $4 per email sign up. And if it's free, if you're trying to sell something, your numbers are going to be a lot higher. It just depends on what you're doing, right? So that's what you want to look at, is cost per lead. How much are you paying per email? And then the next one is cost per acquisition. That is really a tongue twister for me. Your CPA. How much does it cost you to get a sell? Again, I don't think I've ever run ads where I'm selling something. It's usually I'm trying to get people to sign up for like a webinar, and then I sell in the webinar, or I'm trying to get somebody to sign up for like a lead magnet, which it's all free. So I have not sold anything, so I cannot speak a lot to this because I usually it's like a cold audience and I'm trying to get them in my funnels. Okay, and then the next one is return on ad spends, your ROAS. Are your ads profitable? Are you making money? So if I launch something, so say I'm launching a webinar and I'm going to sell a product, am I spending more on ads than I'm making when I sell? Because if I am, then something is probably wrong with my offer. So that's something to look at. And then your click-through rate, CTR, is your ad grabbing attention. You have to look at all these analytics so you know what's not working. You might have an awesome offer, but maybe it's your ads that aren't working. Maybe your copy is not compelling enough. So you kind of have to understand analytics to know where the problem is. So warning here. High ad spend with low return is not a flex. If you're not seeing at least 2 times return on your ad spend, it's time to test new copy and or maybe even your audience and kind of tweak things, okay? Number 6, customer analytics. Behind every purchase is a person. The more you understand your customers, the better you can serve and sell to them. So what are things to track? Your customer demographics, age, location, industry. Those are things to track to see who's your audience, who is interested in your products. This also, backing up a little bit, this also helps when you're running ads because you can target those people when you really understand who your audience is. So it's important to know who your audience is. Okay, the next one is purchase behavior. What do they buy and how often, and what do they not buy? Understand purchase behavior of your people, right? Feedback and reviews. Goldmine for improving your offers and messaging is understanding your audience and listening, getting feedback, listening to what people are saying and constructive criticism, whatever it may be. You want to know, why are people not buying, and really do a deep dive and figure out what's going on. Okay, the next one is customer support trends. Are the same issues coming up again and again? Are you falling short somewhere? Are you having the same issue every time? What's happening? Kind of look at that and see what you need to tweak. Okay, so use surveys, chat support data, and feedback forms to get to know your people. Analytics can't replace human connection, but it sure can enhance it. I love jumping on phone calls with people and saying, what can I do better? Or what would you like to see? I think that's really a good place to start to understand your audience, is being like humble and open enough to ask for feedback. Okay, funnel analytics. Know your leak points. I say that, where's a leak in your funnel? If something's not working, there's a leak in your funnel somewhere. So funnels are like relationships. If people ghost you halfway through, then something went wrong. So what should you track? So we're talking email funnels here, but like opt-in rate. What % of visitors are signing up for your freebie? You can look at this analytics a lot of times in your email marketing software programs. So like I use Flowdesk, and under Flowdesk, it's called Forms. And I can go to Forms and I can say, it will show me the analytics. Like it'll say, okay, I had this many people clicked on that form and this is how many people signed up. So if I have a low like open rate, then it could be that my copy isn't compelling or my offer isn't good enough, right? So you want to look at those things and tweak them if you get a lot of traffic, right? Okay, Tripwire conversion. Is your low ticket offer converting? Are you selling a low ticket offer, but it's not converting? Look at and see why. Again, this is what's kind of tricky about it. Understand the analytics, but then you kind of have to test and figure out, is it my offer? Is it how I'm selling it? What is it? So you got to kind of play around with that. Okay, upsell take rate. Are people saying yes to your add-ons? Are you even trying to upsell? A lot of programs, like I told you that I use Kajabi for my checkout, there is an option to add on something. And what can you add on? Can you add a smaller product on? This was a couple of years ago, but I was looking at my products and I was thinking, how can I enhance these? What can I do as like an add-on? And I kind of took some time to like create a few like add-ons, like, hey, here's like a little bit of an upsell. And it might've been $10, it might've been 20, but what can you add? What can you do for an add-on? So that's just something to think about. That could be a whole other podcast. Okay. Then your pro tip is use tools like Kajabi or Thrivecart with built-in analytics to see exactly where people are dropping off, then fix the holes before pouring more leads into it. So especially if you're running ads, if it's not working, tweak it. You got to figure out what is going on before you are throwing money at ads and it's not converting. Okay, the next one, and this is a big one, is operations and productivity metrics. This is the hidden gold, right? So we love shiny sales numbers, but smooth backend systems, that's where the real scalability lives. So what are things to track? Project completion rate. Are you or your team actually finishing what you start? I usually am pretty good at finishing stuff, but I will admit I have started programs and spent all this time and then kind of just dropped the ball or gotten distracted. So are you completing your projects? Time tracking. Where is your time going and is aligned with revenue generating tasks? I will tell my clients this a lot of times is, especially like with social media, is look at your time. Where are you spending a lot of your time and are you getting a return on that? Because if you're not, then it's time to pivot. So if you're spending hours and hours a day on social media, you got to give yourself some time. So say you do this for 6 months and you're not getting a return, then it might be time to pivot. Maybe you want to switch to like SEO or in-person networking, whatever it may be, but do some time tracking, like realize where you're spending a lot of your time. Okay, client delivery timelines. Are you consistently delivering on time? I have to be honest, this is kind of a pet peeve of mine where I will work with a business or a company and they don't get back to me or it takes forever or there's no communication. Super frustrating. So make sure that you are giving your clients a good client and customer experience and you're delivering things on time when you say you're going to and promptly. Okay, team productivity. Who's doing what and how efficiently are they doing it? I'm super lucky and super blessed because I have an amazing team. Everybody that I work with, it's really does a good job and gets things back and they get a lot done. And so I'm really lucky there. So even a simple weekly review of tasks completed versus planned can highlight where the bottlenecks are and help you get more done with less stress. So take a look at what you're doing in your day, in the week, in the month, and see where am I like dropping the ball or where could I be better? So listen, I get it. Analytics, they aren't as sexy as designing a new logo or filming an Instagram reel with a catchy voiceover. But the truth is your data is telling you a story. one that can show you exactly where the money is leaking, where the gold is hiding, and what to double down on for growth. The good news, you don't need to know everything. Start with the basics, track them consistently, and then ask as your business grows, what more insights can I look at? Or how can I, what other advanced insights can help me so that I can reach my goals? Because data doesn't lie. Boo. And when you learn to speak its language, you gain a superpower that most entrepreneurs ignore. So I hope you found this helpful. Again, it is my online business summit, Fusion and Collective. If you haven't signed up, I will put that information in the show notes, and I will see you all next time. Let's not stop the party here. Head on over to my Instagram or Facebook group, Redefine Your Business, and let me know your thoughts about today's show. I will see you again, same time, same place, next week.